Hello and welcome to the Cross-Border Conversation. It's me, Azim, and
So, Scotty.
Scotty. Cross-Border Conversation is Scottish, English, conversating. Right.
Basically.
Firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to Virgin Money for allowing us to use their facilities. Very, very nice. And that's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Firstly, UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman. What the?
Yeah.
All that trash talk.
Yeah, but you knew it was coming.
Knew it was coming. I was hoping it was coming.
The thing is, it was a good fight. I'll give it to him, it was a good fight. Because you always knew he was a good fighter. As much of a bad character he is, he's racist and, you know, you can't really think it and make America great again, BS that he does. He's a good fighter. You can't take that away from him.
You can't. But Usman did.
No. He did, but at the same time, he didn't maul him the way everyone expected him to maul him.
I think everybody expected, because them two are both really good wrestlers, and I was kind of expecting, and they didn't. They just stood there, and I think they were trying to prove to each other who's got the better gas tank, and they both didn't really tire, but it was Kamaru Usman who got that shot in.
Yeah, that shot. But the thing is I think that shot was heavily due to the fact that he'd already broken his jaw.
Yeah, to be fair, third round he broke his jaw, but
And he soldiered on.
he did
Soldiered on for. So he broke his jaw in the start of the third round?
Yeah.
So he soldiered on for the whole third round, the fourth, and then halfway through the fifth.
Halfway through the
2.5 rounds with a broken jaw, taking shots to that constantly.
But then he got battered. Well, he got dropped a few times.
He got dropped a few, but the thing is he still got up.
He got up and he started complaining about the referee, but my opinion, do you know what, it would have been, there was 60 seconds left of the round. They should have let the fight go on, just because I thought it's such a big thing and they've kind of taken away from Usman's win, because now Colby's getting up and he's crying saying, oh, the referees robbed me, this and that, and I was thinking, do you know what, just let it go. He was kind of protecting himself. At one point he did put a thumbs up, but then at the same time he wasn't doing anything else. He
wasn't. So from a referee's point of view, especially because his jaw's broken, you need to understand where he's coming from, because if he kept taking those shots to the face like he was, that could have been much worse damage than it actually was.
Yeah, the longevity of his career would have
halved. Yeah,
that.
easily.
But
that could have been much worse than it actually was.
But from all that trash talk, at least now his mouth is shut for at least 6 weeks whilst he's wired and he's getting that fixed.
But that's the thing is, I reckon if he comes back with the right attitude and they do a rematch, if they do, it's going to be the same situation. They're going to have a very, very close fight.
I think Usman will always beat him. Right now, in this time, I think Usman's just the best fighter in that way.
I agree with you, but I don't think Colby's much further behind. All it takes is for Colby to have a good day and Usman to have a slightly off day. Because I'd say, the thing is Usman didn't have a great day, and he said it himself. He let the emotions get the best of him. Because some of the stuff that he was doing was very silly. He shouldn't have been doing shouldn't be running in the way he was, shouldn't be throwing as you know, loosely as he was.
Right.
He wasn't protecting himself the way he normally does. He's much more clinical. He wasn't doing that. Again, emotion got the best of him. He just wanted to pound him.
I think emotionally though, after all the stuff he's been saying, been talking about, because he said, oh, what have you, because obviously Usman's from like an African descent, so it's like, what have you done for America, this and that, or the only thing you lots do you use up the penitentiaries. No, that was
yes,
and that's not good. You can't be saying so. That there's a level. There's that you're fighting in a sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have got to and throwing. You've got Muhammad Ali, amazing at it. But there's certain levels you don't cross. There's certain. I don't want to say the word just because it's a dirty word, but you shouldn't cross that sort of level. And once you do, then obviously you are going to affect the other guy, but it's probably affected Usman in a good way, where he thought, right, he's emotionally charged, he didn't go for wrestling, he just carried on cracking him, and he's won the fight at the end of the day. But I don't know, for me, I think the right guy won, and I hope if they ever have it again, I hope that happens again.
Yeah, the right guy definitely won. The thing is, Usman fought well. When you think about it, he had one game plan, and he stuck behind it. He had that jab, and he was jabbing him the whole way through. Every single one was landing, and then he kept going for the body.
Yeah.
He was weakening that body every single round, weakening that body.
He kept throwing in that right hand to the body. You could see it
every so often.
Like I think it was the first round. where he felt it and he was like this, and he thought, all right, then
You knew it was going to happen. Surprisingly, no kicks were thrown as well. Very few kicks. He threw the front kick a couple of times, but that's about it. So, it was a good fight.
Do you know what? There was this interview of Colby with BT, giving some sort of like, I'm giving him an escape route. He goes, he actually put on this persona of Make America Great Again and all this stuff with Donald Trump and what have you, because when he was fighting and he was unbeaten and he was killing the game, but he wasn't a character. So then Dana White said to him, "We're going to cut you." They weren't going to renew his contract. So then he thought, I need to do something, because obviously he needs to put food on the table for his family. So he then decided to become this.
I believe that because you see it worked so well for Conor.
Yeah.
You know, Conor was nothing.
Yeah.
Until he started talking. Exactly. Once he started talking, then people started liking him. People started following him, because as much as we won't admit it, this world is very fickle. People are very, very fickle. They'll go for the loudest person.
Yeah.
If someone's a clown and they're loud and they're abrupt, that's what people will follow. So that's what it comes down to. That's why Conor's career has went the way it has, because he is that person. That's why Muhammad Ali's career, not taking the fact that Muhammad Ali is probably the greatest boxer of all time, but from a persona point of view, people went for him purely because he was a loudmouth.
Yeah.
He knew how to talk. He get people involved in it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. You don't have many fighters that do that. They try and do it, but not do it well.
Yeah.
And fair play to Colby, he gets people to hate him.
Yeah.
He gets people to hate him.
Whether you love him or hate him, you're still going to watch his fights.
100%.
Because the haters will want him to lose, and the people who love him would want him to win. So either way, people are paying to watch.
It's the same thing as Conor. Again, same thing as Conor.
Yeah.
A lot of people, up until Khabib came into the picture,
everyone
was on the Conor bandwagon. He's great, he's this, he's that, he's this. Because it was entertaining. Once that entertainment factor went away and he stepped over that line, again the same thing. Once he stepped over that line, then people went, can't do that.
Yeah.
And then Khabib came in and shut him up.
And then Khabib came in, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And he did kind of put the nail in the coffin.
There wasn't, there's levels to shutting people up, and the way he did it was how most people should aspire to be.
Yeah. Probably all the post-fight shenanigans he pulled after.
Let's not talk about that part. But at the same time, though, look, that put him where he is as well, because his name got out there.
Because now everybody else is really thinking, because before the fight, if people don't remember, all the stuff that Conor McGregor did, we went with probably 30, 40 people and smashed the bus, and there was a few, like Michael Chiesa, who had to pull out of a fight, and I'm sure there was like a few female fighters who had to pull out of a fight because of injuries from the smashed bus. And I don't think anybody was doing that to them. Not to the Dagestani
those Russians, because the thing is they're tight.
Yeah.
They're tight knit.
Yeah.
So when one goes somewhere, the whole army goes somewhere.
And they're all tough as nails.
They could all destroy anyone that comes in their path with the sheer numbers that they have.
Speaking of another fight, which I didn't watch, but I've seen the result for, is the Holloway and Volkanovski. I didn't watch it, but the greatest of all time, the greatest featherweight of all time, has been dethroned.
And he got beat well.
Was it? How well? Like, what was it?
It was just clinical. It was clinical. That's all it came down to. Volkanovski came in, knew exactly how to shut him down, and he did not let him breathe. He just kept coming at him. One shot after another just kept coming at him. The thing is, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a one-sided fight. I wouldn't say a completely one-sided fight.
Yeah.
They both had their shots, they both striking well.
But Holloway's like a really good puncher though. He's one of them where if he lands your feet, especially at featherweight. At lightweight, I don't think so, because Poirier showed that there's levels to this. There's certain weight categories for a reason, but at featherweight, he is,
but then that just shows you how good Volkanovski is, because he was taking those shots in the chin and still coming forward. He was coming forward like a tank. And then his power, I'd say he's more powerful than Holloway is.
Yeah.
Because he was landing some strikes that were hurting.
Right.
They were hurting Holloway.
Well, do you think it's just his age? He's a weathered fighter now, Holloway. He's taking one too many bangs. But he's been in the game.
I know he's been in the game for a long time, but he's not old, so his body shouldn't.
He might not be physically old, but his actual, in terms of fighting career-wise, he's old. He's a matured fighter now.
Yeah, many wars. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, he's not. I wouldn't say he's past it.
He's probably not. I
wouldn't say he's past it. So I reckon 9 out of 10 fighters in that division would not be able to beat him, and that 1 out of 10 is Volkanovski. There's a reason why he was 17-0 before he fought Holloway.
17-0.
17-0 before he fought him.
Damn. Who's he been fighting? I've never heard of him before.
He's had random little fights. It's one of those, again, it's another Dana making him jump through hoops.
Right.
Fight him before you even get a shot.
Right.
Eventually, they couldn't ignore him. It was the same situation with Khabib.
Right.
Think about it, Khabib wasn't on main cards
Yeah.
up until maybe, 2 fights before Conor?
Yeah.
Up until then, he was undefeated. And it was just jump through hoop before you get that shot. Eventually, people started noticing. You can't ignore him for so long. And this is the same situation. Volkanovski, you cannot ignore him. And now you know, you can't ignore him.
Yeah. I'll be watching his next fight.
He's undisputed champion. You can't
Yes.
ignore him. But at the same time, give it to Holloway. Did you see his Instagram post and his tweet?
No.
He put an Instagram post with like a paragraph, essentially saying he fought for where he is. He fought well. He deserved that win. The better man won.
Took
So
it like a man.
you know,
Took it like...
congratulations to him. Congratulations to his family. So he took like a gem.
So has he taken 2 losses in a row now? Holloway. Poirier and now Volkanovski.
Yeah, I don't think he fought in between, did he?
I can't remember him fighting in between. So maybe that's 2 in a row. He's
Yeah, I don't think he fought in between.
I think he's it's time for him to hang up his, I don't know,
Gloves.
hang it up. Hang
You
it up.
think?
I don't know. He's still a good fighter.
I still think they'll have that rematch, and I reckon if Holloway comes in a bit more intelligent, then he could beat him again.
Yeah, really?
I think so, because it was a very close fight. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it wasn't a one-way fight. It wasn't a one-sided fight the whole way through.
Right.
Volkanovski just had a plan. He just stuck to that. He kept his distance at times when it was right, but then he smothered him when it was right. He didn't allow him to try and get to the floor. He kept him on the cage. He was pushing him around,
Fair enough.
and at the same time, Holloway still cracked him quite a few times. So I reckon if it happens again, as long as Holloway comes in with the right attitude,
Yeah.
not saying that his attitude was incorrect, but if he comes in with the right mentality for that fight and the right preparation, I reckon he can beat him. I think they took it not for granted, but they underestimated just how powerful he actually is,
Right.
because he clocked him.
He reminds me, well, from the little snippets I have seen, reminds me of Frankie Edgar.
Mm.
Little stocky build guy who can punch.
And that's exactly what it was.
Mm.
That's exactly what it was.
Fair.
He's a stocky guy who can hit hard and fast. He's quick.
You know somebody else who can hit hard and fast?
Who?
Andy Ruiz.
Andrew Ruiz can hit hard and fast.
As we seen in June the 1st. Was it June the 1st? Yeah, June the 1st. Where he beat Anthony Joshua in the first fight. What? I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming, especially
I didn't
in the
know who he was.
debut fight. Neither did I.
I didn't know who he was.
I knew he fought Joseph Parker and he lost.
He lost
in
to
a
Parker.
12 round decision, and I thought, you know, it was a good fight. Yeah, but I didn't. I thought, yeah, Josh wasn't going to be normal Joshua self and land his shots and get out. But when he beat him, I was like, what? And it wasn't just like
Considering
beating him.
he wasn't the main fighter. He wasn't supposed to fight.
Step-in fighter for Gerald Miller.
He
who
stepped
got
in
caught.
for Miller, and yeah.
But then the rematch, though, let's go forward to a more contemporary time, where December 7th rematch, we watched it in the charity night.
Mhm.
It was amazing. Shout out to your dad. Yeah, what a fight. Do you know what? I thought that fight was amazing. The movement Joshua did, the change that he brought into his career,
100%.
from being that, because he was quite a lot, because he was like a stone and a half heavier, and you could see how much weight he lost. And
Yeah.
everybody kept saying, "Oh, you've lost too much weight. You lost too much weight. Means your punch resistance is going to go." But he came in with the right sort of tactics for the fight to stick and move.
We had this discussion right before it that
Yeah.
we did say to each other. I said to you that he's going to dance around him,
Yeah.
but that's not his MO.
Yeah.
That's
And
not what he does.
I was worried because I thought, because he normally gasses in 6 or 7 rounds, and I thought he'll dance, but he'll tire, he'll get caught, and he'll both get put to sleep. And I'm thinking, how can he dance? How can he dance? How can he dance? And he can't. But then, you know what? He proved me wrong, and I'm sure he made quite a lot of people a lot of money, because there's somebody at work saying that they had the odds were for him, Anthony Joshua, to win a 12-round decision, 9-1.
9-1.
9-1 odds.
I'm grabbing that.
Yeah, and somebody put money on that and was having a good Christmas
Yes.
right now. But yeah, but then you get people who don't really understand the game of boxing, who are properly hating on Joshua. This is what I've heard. This is when you go around, you speak to people about it. There's some people who understand. Oh yeah, he fought the perfect fight.
Yeah.
Even, let's just take aside the fact that Andy Ruiz came in overweight, didn't really train as well. Self-admitted, silly guy, you're a champion, what are you doing that for? But let's put that to the side and say, right, Joshua still had someone he had to fight and still had to beat, which he came and he did. And all these haters, it's like, I don't, mostly people who have something to say, I've never put on gloves and got in the ring. Just for him to do that, to dance around.
I don't even think it's as much as that, because it's not even not put on gloves and got into the ring. It's just people who don't understand boxing, they understand brawling. There's a difference. There's a difference. Watching a brawler and watching a boxer is two different things.
Yeah.
Wilder, that's not a boxer.
Yeah.
That's a brawler. And a damn good brawler.
He's a one-punch
he is
tonight
probably the best brawler that's been in boxing for probably the past, 5-6 years?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as 10 years because, that's when you're hitting Mike Tyson eaters.
But he's probably, arguably, the strongest puncher in the division's ever seen. Because
really?
when you look at just the stats alone, nobody's at the level that he's at. And he's got that one punch sleep you.
No, I get that. No. I agree with you there. He does have that one punch sleep you, but at the same time, Mike Tyson, for me, it is the hardest puncher that division has ever seen.
Is that your heart speaking or is that your mind? Because I think if you have to because Mike Tyson was a guy where, let's be honest, 19 out of 20 times, I changed it from 9 out of 10, 19 out of 20 times, he used to win that fight before he even stepped in the ring because people were scared thinking he's going to hit. But with Wilder, it's not like that. He doesn't win the fight outside the ring. He comes in and then he just goes, and the person's down. Look, this last fight, he was losing the whole fight. Come to the 7th round, and all he did was the last 10 seconds of the round, he just threw, boom, bang, and he went down. I was like, what?
That's the thing with fighting Wilder. If you're not concentrating every second of that fight, that 1 second that you're not concentrating, you're done.
It's game
and he
over.
said that himself. He did say he has to fight the perfect fight for 12 rounds. I have to fight the perfect fight for 1 second, and that's all it takes.
That is all it takes, and
it shows.
The crazy thing is, I don't understand how he generates so much power. Because when you see his legs,
he's a skinny guy. He's a skinny guy.
How is he generating all this torque and everything into his shot? But he's obviously got.
And the thing is, you can't even put it down to technique because most of the time he's flailing his arms about.
Yeah.
But when he catches you, somehow you don't know what day it is or what year it is.
I know. He's a bad. He's bad man.
He is a bad man. He is a bad man. He's annoying, but you gotta respect him.
But would you watch him against Fury, or would you rather watch him against Joshua? Because we know they're gonna fight again in Feb. Fury and Wilder.
The thing is, Fury Wilder it shouldn't even be contested again.
Yeah.
Because Fury should have won that fight hands down anyway.
Agree.
That wasn't Wilder's fight in anyone's eyes.
Yeah.
Apart from the WBC.
Yeah.
And we all know what the WBC are like. So that's
Good
more
people.
of they're great people. So if you've got money, they're good peoples. So anyway, it comes down to, I think that fight shouldn't even be contested. It doesn't make a difference because for me, Fury won that fight anyway. He should be WBC champion right now.
Yeah.
And then it should be a matter of who does Fury fight as to get undisputed because he's still lineal.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Wilder versus AJ. I think that's going to be a closer fight because
Who have you got?
I still think Wilder.
You think Wilder's
I still think Wilder.
One punch sleeper?
I just don't think that AJ can take that shot.
Do you know what? I don't think anybody can take his shot. Other than Fury in that one freakish moment when he got up by the Undertaker.
I think
if that was happening again, Fury's not getting up from it.
You think?
Yeah, I think he can't. You only have one of them. You only have one.
That was sheer adrenaline that took him
was the prayers and everything. He got off. I don't know how he got up.
Yeah.
Got up. But with Joshua, before this Ruiz fight, I'd say Wilder easy. I'd say he'd catch him easy and he's going to put him to sleep. But now we've seen a leaner, moving Joshua who can move for 12 whole rounds. And I'm thinking,
but I don't think
Wilder,
he can do that with Wilder.
He telegraphs his shots because he's like, ugh. I think Joshua will probably pick him apart.
I don't think so. I don't think that Joshua would go into that fight with the same mentality, with the same game plan of I'm going to dance around him,
I think
that
he
will
has
not
to
work.
with every fight now.
I don't think it will work.
Because he's always staying at this weight now, and his trainer Rob Cracken goes, this is his weight. We're not going heavier because he gives up certain advantages he has.
He loses
at
that
heavy
power
weight.
though.
He doesn't need power. He just needs to do what Fury's not a power puncher. All Fury did was dance.
No, I know, but,
jab, jab.
but I don't think that AJ is the boxer that Fury is.
True, but for me, it is a bit more of a 50-50 fight now because I've seen Joshua move.
I still put it down to Wilder winning that fight. I just think that AJ sometimes gets caught in the moment,
Right.
and he'll stop thinking for a split second, and that split second he's going to get caught right here and then just fall. I just see that happening.
With that fight is AJ knows Wilder will never go for the body, so
But-
his hand will always be here.
Yeah, but at the same time, look. But let's just go back to the Ruiz fight. Ruiz caught him in that fight many times.
So he got him in the body. Ruiz switched it though. When he knocked him out in the first fight, he switched you could see it happening because he started going for the body. AJ's hands dropped, and then AJ obviously dropped him because they crazy. He got that uppercut and then left hook, dropped him, then got excited and then got caught around the head. But then for the other rounds after it, you can see Ruiz switching it up and down, up and down. Because Wilder won't do that. Wilder will just
keep going
like this
yeah.
to the head. And if you've seen Ortiz, a 59-year-old Ortiz, just box Wilder's head off, and then for like 1 second,
I still think Wilder will win. I don't. Yeah, I still think he'll win. That's my view anyway.
Fair
But
enough.
again, we won't know until it happens.
This is why it's exciting. This is why it needs to happen.
But I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll be honest with you. I think by the time that it comes, it's gonna be another Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather situation.
Then it's past it.
It's gonna happen when they're too old and no one gives a monkeys.
True.
That's what's gonna happen, because at this current point in time, what reason does Wilder have for fighting AJ? Because he's gonna fight Fury first. That rematch is gonna happen first.
He'll lose.
He'll lose that fight. He'll
Then
lose
he's
the
got
belt.
every reason to fight AJ.
No, but then it'll be the undisputed championship. Then it will be them two fighting each other, because then Wilder's not even in the picture. He's not mandatory for any of.
But people still want to see it.
They'll still want to see it.
No belt, I still want to see it.
No. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, this is why I think it won't happen anytime soon, because I think there's another 3 fights that'll happen before that even happens.
I think
It will be.
politics in the game won't let it happen,
Yeah,
which is sad.
WBC's pockets won't let it happen.
Al Heyman's pockets,
Al Heyman's pockets won't let it happen.
PBC's.
BBC.
Speaking of Wilder and Fury and Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
Fury split with Ben Davison.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah,
until now.
yeah, he split with him. It's pretty mad that, because he's the top guy who brought Fury back from the obviously, because he went through all the mental health and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
Ben Davison then stuck by him, brought him back, kind of rejuvenated his career and his life in a way, because he brought that light back into his life, sort of thing, through boxing. And then now he's split with him, and now he's gone back to he's not gone back, but he's gone back to Emmanuel Stewart's, I think his nephew. So he's boxing, training under him.
Does he
under his tutelage?
train anyone high caliber?
I'm not sure. That's where the lack of.
Because I don't think he's got any of Emmanuel Stewart's old fighters.
I'm not sure,
Because
but
most of them moved across to other people.
'cause I don't-
Garcia took a lot of his.
Yeah, Rob Garcia.
Rob Garcia took a lot of his fighters,
He's a class man.
and he's a good trainer as well.
Yeah.
He's arguably say right now he's probably one of the best boxing trainers in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
I'd say that. I would have said Freddie Roach, but I think Freddie Roach is now getting old, and he's not got it in him.
I think his fighters are even getting old.
I think his fighters are getting old as well. I don't think his technique, his way of fighting, works anymore. Pacquiao's a special case, just because of how much power he's got and the speed that he's got.
Yeah.
But I think even then, if you got a new up and comer coming and fighting the way that they fight, I don't think it works anymore. Because as bad as it is to say, boxing's no longer boxing. It's a brawling game now.
Yeah.
It is a brawling game.
It's good for the fans. I
It's
don't
good
mind
for the
seeing
fans.
a few people brawling
No,
out.
it is good to an extent, but if you love boxing the way that I do, then you want to see boxing.
But then again, when you see Pacquiao beat Thurman, one time Keith,
Yeah.
one time Thurman,
Yeah.
the way he did, he
He dismantled him.
he tore him apart.
Yeah, he
the
dismantled
guy
him.
who beat Danny Garcia,
Yeah.
the guy who beat Sean Porter, And then Pacquiao came in, dropped him in the first round, and then for the next 9 rounds just dismantled him,
Yeah,
and
he
then he
did.
got stopped. And I was like, whoa! Manny Pacquiao, 72-year-old Manny
He's
Pacquiao,
back 72-year-old.
training with 84,000-year-old Freddie Roach. Right, absolutely as much as we could talk for hours. We'll end it here.
Yeah, let's end it here.
Right, see ya.
Take care.
Wow.